One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Maryland Terrapins. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Noles will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the tailback. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, the ground game. A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line.
And on second down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. You think passing situations, passing downs. Really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a third down situation where you had to throw the football.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
And that's a good sight to see from this defense. Last week, they gave up a ton of points in a loss. This week, get a deflection early. Hopefully see the ball a little bit better, play the passing game better. This defense definitely has to improve from what it was a week ago.
From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Football with the run. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Now the play fake. Starting to feel a little pressure. Throwing on the run. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. The Noles will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
The Terrapins in a good spot here with second and short. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Pulls and throws off the RPO. At the 35, he's loose. There he goes. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Terrapins. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. He'll bring it out. It's Moncrief. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Going to try to get it himself. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats. Sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie. And guys that maybe they weren't runners, but, man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better. And you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
Off-play action. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure.
Unloads it downfield. Holds it in on the left. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Seminoles are marching down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The quick out. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. Rides the back on the option, the give. Touchdown, Florida State! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Old Dominion fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Southern Miss. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They go to the ground. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Ellington. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Nice move there. At the 40, there he goes. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. He's got him. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Wants to throw again. Throws to the back. Got his man. Touchdown, Maryland! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. The Seminoles in the hurry-up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry-up.
Got a man. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. Then they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He spins that thing down the middle. Fires and picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Got him downfield. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Terrapins! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he tacked on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Stewart. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Stewart. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll run play action. He's got his man, makes the grab. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Seminoles are on the move. Handoff to the lone back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Quickly out to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Great place to start for this offense. He'll start this drive firing. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Makes the catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a 1st and goal from the 5. So close to cashing it in for this offense. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. They'll try the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, no!
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to set up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Man, those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
To the air on first down. Makes the grab on the left.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Terrapins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He breaks the tackle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Terrapins pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to throw on first down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. The snap sets up the throw. Looking for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Wide out trying to get it in. And they will score. Touchdown, Maryland!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to go up top on first down. Bring in the heat. He's going to run it. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. 1 One more snap coming before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He throws into the middle of the field. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Terrapins will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something, because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off the play fake. Quickly to the tight end. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Handoff to the single running back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Under fire. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
In these situations, 3rd and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass rushers loose. Go get that QB.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them penned deep. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pick off! What a play by this defense. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense. Like, you got the ball in great field position. You are set up to succeed, and 2 straight incompletions, a big third down coming to see if they can maximize this drive.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Complete in the middle. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
There's not a lot to think about when you're the quarterback. You've got one of the best receivers in the country. You get him the ball any way possible. It doesn't matter if one guy's covering him or 2 guys are.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Running back searching for a hole. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense, locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route, coming from the slot receiver to get the completion.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that one.
And this team needs more of that, man. Like, this is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Finds his big tight end. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The Terrapins will snap it on first.